Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. I have another HP server here, Hewlett-Packard. I had a few of these back in the back storage area of my backyard. I of course had them in plastic tubs with covers on them to protect them, but I had started these. I already had taken out the RAM. I didn't take the CPUs out of this one yet, but I had a lot of Cisco's and Dells came in, and they were very easy and fast to scrap. So I went after those first, and I put these HPs off to the side, and it's finally dry enough that I could get back there and get at them. A lot of the computers will have a Torx 15 service tool inside. I think I've got 50 of them downstairs at this point, but there's a specialty Torx screw. Do save those. HP uses a Torx a lot. You'll run into them a lot doing this kind of work. And even now you'll see me change bits quite a bit. It varies even just from computer to computer. Nothing wrong with HP, by the way. I'm not picking on them. I don't mean to insult anybody's brand name. Just for me, there are a lot of things to take apart. And sometimes you just go after that low-hanging fruit. So like yesterday, I'm going to remove the PCI riser cage. Lift knob and turn counterclockwise. Ha! Okay, that one is now free from the board. And that should be free from the board. There we go. I've done a few of these over the past couple days, so I'm starting to get a little bit more of a rhythm with them. I'll take this bracket off, of course, same as yesterday. This will be sold as a backplane board, minus all this rubbish. Again, this is a very good backplane board, once I get the garbage off, of course. So we'll clean that up. That'll go in with backplane boards. There's a couple of screws here, and a couple down in here I'll have to put an extension on to the screwdriver and get those off after. It is absolutely lovely out today. Hard to believe. A week ago, I was huddled in front of my heater, freezing. Now, if you recall from yesterday's video, we'll get this bracket off after we lift the board out. You flip it over, there's a set of screws on the bottom for you to go after. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can loosen these screws. I might have to get the long-handled ratcheting screwdriver to get down in here. Yeah, excuse me for just a minute. I have to grab the other tool. I'll be right back. Okay. This is really the only way to get down into these corners, is to get yourself a couple of long-handled screwdrivers. This one, I can change the bits on it. It's a DeWalt. I have like 8 bits. This is a number 8 Torx. I have a 10. I think I have a 12 and a few others. You're going to need them if you're going to do computers. I'm going to tear down some Apple computers within the next couple of days. Those require the tiniest Torx screws you ever did see. You also can use those when you dismantle your hard drives. So that's another useful tool. Tiny Torx. A little piece of RAM here. It's just regular RAM. Nice little tantalums on there though, but that'll go in with my mixed ram. Remember, sometimes you gotta put something a little good in with the average stuff just to, you know, give your bio a break. Take off your battery. I'm working my way over is what I'm doing here. I've already taken out the power supplies, which were ungodly heavy. They will sell as power supplies, no cords. They're just square boxes. There is some validation to taking those apart, going after the copper and the aluminum and the things that are inside. Usually you can get some aluminum, you can get some copper. It depends on how much room do you have, how patient you are, and what the current price is. Now, for me, I have 2 huge bins of power supplies. I'm not going to have them taking up space in my house while I wait to go harvest things off of them. I just don't have that kind of time right now. Alright, I got the big, so I got a screw out of here. Here, here, here. Here. One more here. I'm going to record ahead quite a few videos. I've got some vintage PCs downstairs, compact, a couple of others, just so I can try to post something new for you on a daily basis. It's gotten to be the time of year that I want to try to get the yard into some kind of order. Although, I don't know, you know, there's an old expression, March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb. I'm sure we're not done with the cold weather yet. Now in this case, I'm going to nip these wires so that I can get the board out, and then I'll go back and get the plastic off the board. It's just easier. My hands don't like these plugs. Well, I hope the weather is warming up where you've been. I've been watching E-Waste Mike. He's in the same boat I am. He had a whole ton of stuff come in all at once, and the weather turned so foul nobody could get anything done. It was just too cold and too snowy and too muddy, and all of us use our yard to work in. Well, not all of us, but it was so cold. I wasn't going out there. To think when I was a kid, I practically lived outside in the winter. Gosh, we were always out there building igloos, building snow floats, sledding, you name it. Now, nope, fireplace and hot chocolate time for this girl. All right, you'll need to loosen these connectors here. Or try to. You got to get all these off because these actually are holding the board in place. The board is already starting to come free, but you've got to get all these assorted connectors off. Just push these back. Now I had to make some room here. I forgot how I did that. Okay, so I've now disconnected everything from the front. Almost everything. Okay. Now, let's see. Just looking to see if I've missed something. Well, maybe. Maybe it's going to make a fibber out of me. Let's see if I can get these out for you. takes is one fiddly something to gunk up the works. This could be it. That's the way I do these videos, guys. So when you get your first batch of power supplies and boards and whatever, hopefully you can, you know, use my video as a way to help you learn how to take it apart. It's part of why I do this. Yeah, right on clue. It's going to be a bugger. Right on clue. Have I mentioned that I really hate taking apart HP computers? E-Waste Ben said it best, just go in and start unscrewing stuff, and eventually you'll get everything off. Which is true. Alright, I'm going to see if I can pry this CPU off. The heatsink rather. Okay, sometimes there's a screw holding the CPU to the motherboard. Okay, so this is going to be a small plastic socket. Small plastic multi-socket green motherboard. Small socket plastic green motherboard, multi-socket. I don't get the verbiage right, I never do, but you get the idea. That is a nice pinned CPU. That's an old Intel chip, Intel CPU. You won't get an iCore in something like this. Sometimes you'll have a screw holding the CPU casing to the board, and sometimes you don't. I'm just curious if this is going to be copper or not. Sometimes they are. I have some down in the basement that are all copper. Those are nice finds when you can get them. I don't see a date on this. I did on some of the Sun Microsystems and some of the Dells. They had dates imprinted on them. I have not come across that here. Okay, so that is stainless. This could be copper. It's kind of light. It's probably painted aluminum. That sure sounds like aluminum. Alright, let's get the other one. Can't win them all, guys. And again, I've already showed you, this is a, it even says on it Intel. There's no point to trying to sell any of this, guys. It's just completely outdated. Nobody wants it. And in this case, I can even see the pins have been damaged. That's probably why they had to pitch this server, because those pins are damaged. So, if the CPU pins are damaged, it doesn't transmit the data. And it's worthless. These were probably fans that were in here. I think I already took them out. Right. I've made myself some room to work here so I can push the board. So I'm going to take a quick peek. It looks like I'm going to have to push the board this way to free it. There's no space at all here. And with this being clear, I should be able to push the board this way. Keyword, guys, should. Here we go. Voila. Yeah, you got to make yourself room when you're doing these servers. Sometimes these boards will actually be on a metal plate. So as I showed you yesterday, flip the board over. You can now remove the bracket. Because you gotta get all that metal stuff off. These quick switch things are really a good thing to have. You know I'm going to get the verbiage completely wrong on this. I will tell you it is a small plastic socket. It is a multi-socket green motherboard. If you look at the board sort menu, they have a very specific way to word it, and they have pictures of it. So I don't know why I get the verbiage wrong. I just do. For entertainment value. Alright, we've got ourselves a very nice board. It's not the board. The HP boards are very nice. This is a beautiful board. Very high grade. Very good gold recovery. Good gold recovery here. Don't take these off. Drawing a blank as to what these are called. I know, but I can't remember. These are part of your processor. Not IC chips. They're not tantalums. MLCCs, I think they're called. Sometimes it'll say on there. I can't remember. Anyway, so this is the other side of the CPU. See? So this is the back of the board. Plenty of gold recovery, plenty of chips covering it everywhere. Flat packs, IC chips. These are IC chips. Not big ones, but it's covered. These are tantalum capacitors. This is compact on it. That's interesting. And gold cornered BGAs. So yeah, a very nice board. I'll have to get this one piece of rubbish off, and I'll get this off, and this will be ready to sell. So that was the compact. A couple of last little things. I'm sorry I forgot to put the pause button on when I moved the video. I do apologize. I'll try to edit that out if I can. I'll get another backplane board. This is also a small backplane board here. And there's not really much else left in here to take out. This is a power board. It looks just like this one. And if I can get these drives out, I will. I do have a local yard that'll buy those. You really got to maximize your value, guys. Get out what you can. You know, to throw it away for a penny a pound for plate iron is not conducive to your pocketbook's health. Yeah, I'll go ahead and try to get those screws off. That'll be another backplane board. I do have a yard that'll buy these media drives when I get enough to bother. So this, I'm not sure. Some type of a CD-ROM. I'll throw that in with media drivers. Could could be a 3.5 floppy. This computer is old enough. I've already taken the hard drives out. There's nothing left there for me. I'm going to try and get this backplane board off. I got a pretty good size bin going of backplane boards, and they pay $4 and change a pound, guys. So don't overlook those backplane boards. Sorry, I'm very sniffy this morning. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I don't like doing videos when I'm sniffy. But if I don't get them done first thing in the morning, I get too busy with the music school in the afternoon, and I can't get anything new up for you guys. Okay. This is all low-grade wire. I call it spaghetti wire, but this is the lowest of the low. But when you see this kind of a connector, you're almost guaranteed to have good gold pins under it. And this is no disappointment. Lots of good gold pins. This is going to be an excellent backplane board for the buyer. Got some flat packs, got some IC chips. They've got some gold, and I'm not going to devalue this because some of the other backplane boards in the bin are not as good. So, you know, you want to give your buyer a fair shake, if you will. All right. I think that's all of it. You guys saw me smack myself in the face taking this off yesterday. I really have no idea. No. Just to repeat myself. Betcha I'm gonna, though. I don't see how or where to loosen this. Maybe here. There we go. I did this yesterday. The thing came up and popped me one right in the middle of my forehead. Here we go. Remember, never dismiss any value. So this'll go in with my power boards. I'll get that plastic off, of course. You know, and again, I'm hoping this will help you when you go to dismantle one. I don't want to see you throw anything away. There is a little bit of copper here if you're really into that level of micro scrapping. You certainly could go after that if you wanted to. I don't know, I'm trying to get the yard cleaned up, so. I do have a yard in Meriden, which is about a 45-minute drive from me. They will buy all of my low-grade boards, and that's awesome. Low-grade boards can be anything from the bottoms of power supplies to low-grade peripheral boards with very little on them and a lot of junk. But, you know, you get enough of them, they add up. BoardSort buys them, but it's like 20 cents a pound. And if shipping is $1 a pound, that is not conducive to making profit, is it? So I am glad I do have a local yard. Otherwise, I used to just have to truck them in with shred. And that's another minus 19 cents a pound. A shred is a penny. So, you know, I'll wait till I get a good truckload full and then I'll go up. There's a really nice fish and chips place up that way that my mom and I used to frequent, and maybe I'll do that in reminiscence of her. So I'll snip this wire off, all of this wire. That'll go in with my low-grade wire. I'll get this piece of copper. This is easy enough to get at. I might try and get the aluminum. I don't know. This is actually a pretty good board, even though it's got all this crap on it. If I could get all that off, and there's visible gold. That could certainly go in peripheral boards. I don't have the time to do such a thing. You'd have to get an ear chisel and take all this stuff off. So I might try and nip some of these if I can. It's a low-grade board. It's going as a low-grade board. Even if I take stuff off, it's still a low-grade board. It doesn't matter. It's different if you were nipping a high-grade board and you nip stuff off. Well, you better lower it to another grade. All right. This one is ready for the scrapyard, and I'm ready for another cup of coffee. So I'm going to clear off the workstation. I'm going to try to get one more video up today. If I don't, just forgive me. It's I just have an awful lot to do today, and that's not a bad thing, by the way. It's nice to have things to do. And catch you on the next one. God bless. Stay wonderful. Thank you for watching us. Mwah. Love you. Bye.